Welcome to Sadhana, your channel for growth, impact, and transformation. I'm excited to be with you here again today for a weekly collective energy reading. Like all other weekly collective energy readings, this is will have an oracle component, it will have a tarot component, I will clarify. Again, this is not obviously personalized to an individual or even specific zodiac sign. So because it is playing on the dominant energies of the collective, you may find that parts of it resonate with you completely, others may not find anything or very little that resonates with them. Take what applies to your context and leave what doesn't. But trust that if you have come across this reading, either because of the date that it was posted or the week that it's posted for, or the title, something grabbed your attention, you are meant to come across it. So trust your intuition, trust that there is a message in here for you. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to move forward with the collective portion. And I'm just going to pull 3 cards. Come to the edge. Okay. The first card, never-ending story. Interesting. This card is number 36. This card is number 37. And let's do one more right here. Thinker, 44. Okay. So, okay. So come to the edge to me really reminds me of the Fool card in the traditional tarot deck. You know, it's somebody that's just about to kind of leap over a cliff. And really, I think the point of this card, or the message inherent in this card, is take a leap of faith, take a risk, take a leap of faith, take a risk. Somebody forcing you kind of out of your comfort zone. Okay. Never-ending story. To me, this looks almost like an 8 of Swords, okay? Somebody really trapped in their mind. The never-ending story. So what are the narratives that you tell yourself about things? You know, what are the patterns that keep repeating, that kind of keep fulfilling your views or your ideas about life and things that maybe happen to you? And number 44, the Thinker card, to me, that this is very, again, I think of the Emperor energy, some Aries energy, taking some time out to be strategic, to be analytical, maybe thinking about those blocks that you tell, or what it is that you're telling yourself. So perhaps this oracle message is encouraging you to come out, to take a leap of faith, to go against maybe some of those patterns, and to take some strategic actions or plans, or set some new belief system that kind of gets you out of this rut of this never-ending story and into this rut of going to new places and having a new beginning. So let's now see what the tarot has to say. And so again, hoopsie daisies, I will do a past, a present, a future spread. We'll take a look at the overarching theme for the reading. We will clarify where necessary. And I think that will be enough. And then maybe in the future, we can also, as the channel continues to grow, we can look at creating extended readings for those that this really resonates with. If that's something that you're interested in, please do leave me a comment and let me know. Okay. So the overarching energy of this reading is the King of Wands, and I will just do the spread and then I'll kind of explain that. But the King of Wands is kind of an entrepreneurial energy. It's big, it's bold, it knows exactly what it wants, it claims what it wants. Wow. Okay. There's quite a bit of energies in this deck, actually, in this reading thus far. But the energy, again, is the King of Wands is being bold, taking action, having passion, taking action that's inspired, just leadership, doing something, kind of stepping out. Again, very come to the edge type energy. So they are very complementary energy. So I think that that's kind of really what's coming out at me loud and clear from an initial perspective, at least. As we're looking at this 9-card pull, only one card is a major arcana, and that is the Moon, and that's in your past. I'm also taking a look at, sorry, my hands are sometimes too small for this particular deck, which is why I prefer the Rider-Waite cards. I digress, because these can make me look a little bit clumsy. But I'm seeing pentacles, I'm seeing cups, I'm seeing swords. I'm not really seeing any wands. Except for, again, the overarching energy. So that's interesting. But I am seeing a lot of kind of earthy, practical energy. I'm seeing a lot of emotional energy. And I'm also seeing, especially in the future state, kind of a lot of intellectual thinking type energy. And again, that kind of comes into play with the never-ending story and the thinker, right? So all of the oracle cards are, I believe, represented in this deck. So in the past, I see the moon, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. So the moon is Piscean energy. It's kind of ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. We're in the part of a Neptune retrograde right now, but just very emotional type energy. Could be symbolic of, again, Pisces and also Cancer. I see a crab here. So there's something that you don't know. You don't necessarily know all these, something that could be hidden from you, some deep emotions. There might be some fears. There may be some dualities. In the Queen of Pentacles, you see somebody who's nurturing, healing, self-assured, somebody who's largely on their own, kind of a self-made person. It's a queen, but it doesn't necessarily pertain to these genders specifically, but somebody who is very well grounded, assured, stable, secure. It could be a healer of some sort. And the Nine of Cups. So somebody who's complacent, somebody who's quite happy, and so yeah, in the past, I think what I'm seeing, so that is kind of what I'm seeing in the past, and we'll clarify momentarily. In the present, what I'm seeing is the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. So King of Pentacle energy is similar to the Queen, very stable, very secure, very grounded energy, very abundant energy, has kind of not much of a risk taker, not necessarily the kind of person I would say would be coming to the edge, so to speak. There is an offer of potential love coming forward from the Knight of Cups, or like an offer of kind of like, let's start something new. It's kind of an immature type of setting the wheels in motion for love, and there's some reflection happening about, I've put a lot of time, energy, investment into this. Am I getting the output that I want? So perhaps that's the never-ending story in the thinker portion. Do I really want to keep going? Do I really want to reap the seeds of this? Do I really want to plant more seeds? In the future, you have the Six of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. So the Six of Cups is referring to a past life soulmate energy. It could be, your future could be related to a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. It could also be related to a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So it's about cutting through, thinking things out, and potentially ending a cycle. Okay, ending the cycle. And it could be ending that cycle about that never-ending story so that you can come to the edge. You can start something new, have a brand new beginning, step out boldly where you want to go. So we will, again, clarify everything. This is just kind of the preliminary first glance look. Okay, so let's start by clarifying the moon. Clarify the moon for me, please. Okie dokie. So the moon is clarified by the Justice, by the Nine of Cups, and the Two of Cups. So there's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of things that you may not know. Some things that are maybe deeply kind of suppressed, about bringing things into balance, about kind of your true happiness and what it is that you really want, and potentially about love. So maybe you're not seeing everything as it comes to love, like perhaps you're thinking that you finally found something that is balanced, that makes you super happy and is your wishes fulfilled when it comes to love, but maybe there's some secrets or deception around that, or maybe there's some deep, dark repressed fears around having all your desires and needs kind of met or attained through love. Maybe you're just kind of feeling a bit resistant about it because there's some fears. So that could be part of that never-ending story. What are some of those things that you keep saying to yourself that are, kind of deep, dark patterns in your ego or in your mind that keep you trapped from expressing something new. So what are those emotions? You're feeling that you finally found something that's balanced. You finally found something, maybe potentially with a Libra, or again, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that, just really makes your heart sing, something about, finding the right person for you. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So again, you're alone right now. You're feeling stable. You're feeling secure. But I see a Ten of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and a Knight of Cups. So, you are as a Queen of Pentacles, you have kind of left behind some burdens. You are feeling self-assured. You're ready to kind of embrace the Ten of Pentacles life. So again, very abundant, very kind of happily ever after, a very, very affluent, comfortable, stable kind of life with a life partner and some love. And you are feeling pretty happy. You're in a pretty happy place about all of that. But there are some kind of emotions that are deep down, that are repressed, that you're not kind of allowing. Some fears around finally getting it all. Fears around love. Fears around finding the right person. And, so you're alone right now. You're single, and you're feeling 6, and 6 of Swords, 6 of Wands, and Judgment. And here we've got 10 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. So we've got some repeating numbers as well that are going through here. 10s are usually a cycle of completion again. So when we're talking about the 10 of Swords in our final, and then in our clarifiers, we have the 10 of Wands and we have the 10 of Pentacles. What we do not see right now is the 10 of Cups. But irrespective, the 10s are a sign of a cycle ending. So again, the never-ending story might actually be ending in order for you to come to the edge, right? So you kind of have to rethink. You need to take some strategic actions and look at what are those patterns that you're telling yourself that you're keeping yourself from kind of getting you out of that comfort zone and moving towards, the love that you have. You kind of got to deal with those things that you've repressed deep down. Some of those things around worth. Some of those things around worth and allowing yourself to feel happy, allowing yourself to feel safe and secure, allowing yourself to move towards love. So I see here again, you have the 9 of Pentacles, which is clarified by the 6 of Swords, 6 of Wands, and Judgment. So you are feeling like you're in a great place right now. You are wanting to move. You're wanting to move from a place where there is some conflict and some turmoil, maybe the never-ending story kind of saga that just kind of plagues you, to a place of victory, to a place where you are in the limelight, a place where you're out of your comfort zone, a place where you're victorious. You want your true self to shine, to authentically shine, and to, you want to have this rebirth. You want to have this awakening. You want to have this kind of new you, for lack of a better word. So in the past, you see that you are really kind of plagued by those historical patterns, those repressions. In the present, you're at the King of Pentacles. You have the 9 of Cups, and you have, again, the 7 of Pentacles. So in the present time, let's clarify that King of Pentacles energy. It could be a person that you're dealing with. It could be a Capricorn. It could be a Taurus. It could be a Virgo. It could be yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be a male just because it's a king. But what I see, and I got another king, is the Ace of Swords, the 3 of Swords, and the King of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is an epiphany, some clarity. There will be some clarity that brings you some sadness. And again, you see that in this never-ending story. So you are feeling stable, secure, you're kind of doing your thing. But again, you're very predictable, you're very grounded. You aren't really coming to the edge. You're not letting yourself shine through. And that is until you kind of take a look strategically, the thinker, the Ace of Swords, you get that epiphany, and that epiphany brings you a lot of sadness, and you are able to kind of, through the King of Swords, cut through, do some deep, dark thinking, cut through what blocks you have that are holding you back from kind of being who you want to be, from taking that leap of faith, moving towards whatever it is that you'd like to move towards, okay? And it could potentially be love. There is an offer of love here. And I see the 9 of Swords, I see the Temperance, and I see the Three of Pentacles. So there is an offer of love, and that offer of love is giving you a lot of anxiety. You're really thinking long and hard about it. It could be something, an offer that you get from a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm seeing Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm seeing Sagittarius in the Temperance, and I'm also seeing Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. But basically, you have an offer that is giving you some anxiety. It's an offer of coming together with somebody, of moderating energies and working to kind of build something together. And you're thinking long and hard about, again, do I want to put in all this time, energy, effort? Do I really want to come to this edge? Maybe it's something that you wouldn't typically do. So there's just definitely a lot of thinking that's happening around it. I see the Seven of Swords, I see the Empress, and I see the Devil. So it could very well be an offer coming from a Capricorn. It could be coming from a Taurus or a Libra, or it could also be coming from a Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius. Again, I'm seeing. So you're thinking a lot about this. You've put a lot of time, you've put a lot of energy, you've put a lot of effort, but it seems like there's some sort of deception, maybe some sort of lying to yourself, maybe some sort of non-acknowledgement of the truth that's keeping you from your true love, right? Your unconditional love. Do you really want to put effort into this unconditional love? Do you really, that might not necessarily be healthy. There might be that, do you really want to move in that direction? Or maybe that's the never-ending story. Those patterns, those things that you're telling yourself are keeping you from your love, and maybe you're secretly kind of deceiving yourself in terms of what it is that you would like for yourself. Maybe you're not allowing yourself to acknowledge, or repressing yourself from kind of that it is that what you want to create, the abundance, the material wealth, the nurturing, the unconditional love of the divine feminine. Maybe you're resisting that, through the Devil, or maybe there are some kind of obsessions or toxicities that contribute to this never-ending story that kind of need to be quashed, and that's why you're not really too keen on putting a lot of time and effort into it, or at least you're thinking about it. So in the future, as we move on, you see there's a Six of Cups, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, some sort of a past life soulmate, or kind of nostalgic memories related to potentially your childhood. Now, keep in mind, if we're adults, it doesn't necessarily have to be childhood, but just kind of a young, innocent love. So a love from, potentially many moons ago. And you're thinking about it. And you got the Queen of Swords, you got the Tower, and you got the Five of Cups. So you're thinking long and hard about this. You're asking some questions. You're trying to be very logical about where it is that you want to go. Do you want to come to the edge? And the universe is actually kind of swooping in and supporting you with some big shift, potentially with some big thinking, a shift in your thinking perhaps. There's going to be a sudden change, and that sudden change is going to bring about some reflection, a Five of Cups moment. So there is going to be some reflection. There's going to be some sadness. It's going to be bittersweet, right? There will be some grieving. There will be some wallowing. There will be some self-pitying. Again, I think that's very never-ending story-ish, right? Like a repeating pattern, perhaps. But in traditional Five of Cups cards, the person has Three of Cups that are with wine that have been knocked over. And I can totally relate. If I had 3 cups of wine that were knocked over, I'd be devastated too. But there's 2 cups of wine that are completely full and upright behind him. So it's, just if he changes his perspective, he will see that all is not lost. And that it's not only just about those 2 cups that are standing upright. There's actually a path that leads to, like a bridge that leads to a castle. So that's in the Rider-Waite cards. So my point being is all is not lost. There is, yes, some things that you might be grieving, but, the best is yet to come, kind of thing, or can be yet to come. And then you also see in the future have the King of Swords. So clarify the King of Swords, the Sun, King of Cups, and Eight of Cups. Okay, so again, this ability to kind of just really take a good think, to really get to the heart of the matter, to figure out what those blocks are, to kind of see through clearly, will be your ticket to abundance, happiness, joy. to love. You might be dealing with a Leo. You might be dealing with, I'm just looking at some of the energies around the cards. You might be looking at a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But it will really, you need to be able to say goodbye. You need to be able to walk away from those kinds of mindsets to move towards the sun, to move towards this feeling of security, of stability, of love, of deep love, of calm, of patience, of not being ruffled, of being able to kind of come out to the edge, right? The King of Cups is very comfortable. He's surrounded by choppy waters, but he's meditative, he's comfortable, he's reflective. He may not also necessarily be communicative, but he knows what he's thinking. So you by going through and really analyzing that, the thinking patterns, you might be able to open yourself up to a whole wealth of new opportunities that you might not have had the ability to do before. And I see, again, the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is kind of like hitting your rock bottom. Are you tired of this never-ending story? Are you tired of the saga and the drama and the stories that keep, the patterns that keep repeating? Why do they keep repeating? How can you analyze and take some strategic action around that? How can you change that narrative and flip it around and really truly embrace what it is that you want to? Things that you normally would never do. How can you expand your horizons? That is clarified by the Page of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Page of Wands. So there might be some, you might be feeling like you've hit rock bottom, and that might be because you've learned something. Maybe you've come across a message, or maybe you've learned something through that thinking. And again, you are forced to stand in your truth, your King of Wands, right? To kind of go boldly, step into a direction, to take the lead, to be bold, to know what exactly it is that you want, to notice that there is a lion. So there's strength, there's courage. So there's some swords energy and there's wands energy here. So the message that you receive, or the rock bottom, it might be related to a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. It might be related to an Aries, a Leo, or a Sag. And again, I'm seeing Leo pretty strongly again in this reading. But, whatever it is that's kind of taking you and really kind of giving you the rock bottom, kind of the pattern repeating itself, it's time to start a new cycle. You have learned something new. Either it comes from a message, or it comes from the way you're thinking, maybe tapping into your intuition. But whatever it is, it's a call to action for you to really stand in your truth, to step out of that comfort zone, to come to the edge, to be bold, be brave, go for what it is that you want. And you will be starting off a new beginning, a new kind of excited creativity, passion, inspired beginning, whether it be learning something new, whether it be in a relationship. But there are some new things that await you at the end of this cycle, at the end of the deep, dark thinking of that, to just allow yourself to kind of break free of those patterns and to kind of step boldly where it is that you want to go. So I guess the choice is up to you, collective, in terms of, are you going to take action? Are you going to do the thinking? Are you going to take those necessary steps to work through some of those never-ending patterns and beliefs and blocks that have prevented you? Do you want more of the same, or do you want to embrace something brand new? And with that, I will leave you to ponder, and I hope that something in here resonated with you. Again, please feel free to leave comments. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you like this material, so that others may also come across it. I'm here to serve you, and I'm so excited to be here. I will see you very soon. The divine in me honors and acknowledges the divine in you. Namaste Ji.